Hello students and welcome to the third part of the comparison and selection of NDT methods. Myself Shankho Ghosh, Assistant Professor of Automobile Engineering Department at Dr. Sujit Chandrasur Degree Engineering College under the JIS group. Today we will discuss the third part of the comparison and selection of NDT methods. Comparison and the selection of the NDT methods. This is the module number 9. This topic is taken from the subject of non-destructive testing and the application, AUE 705A. This is the 7th semester syllabus of automobile engineering students. So students, let's start the before starting the today's class. Today we'll discuss on the selection of the various NDT methods. In the previous two lectures, we'll discuss about the various types of discuss the various types of defects. Those are they have shown on the material and the reasons of these defects or on the material failure. In today we'll discuss on the selection of the NDT methods. So students, let's start the third part of comparison and selection of NDT methods. So let's start it. Selection of NDT methods. Increasing recognition, increasing recognition is being given to the importance of NDT in various engineering disciplines at all stages. So increasing recognizing is being given to the importance. Increasing recognizing is being given to the importance of NDT in various engineering disciplines at all stages. That is, during the material production to in service. Associated with this, there is a growing concern. About the reliability of the material, techniques used, cost, etc. So associated with this, there is growing concern about the reliability of the material or the technique used or the cost, etc. Testing and evaluation technology. The testing and the evaluation technology includes not only the measurement and presentation of the data, but also require interference from such data based on comparison and the interpretation. This calls for efficient and trained operators and the data analysts. The NDT is also used to supplement destructive tests. Observing defects in material or components helps to reduce failure and improving the product quality. There are three stages. The three stages of NDT is applied are: number 1, in the pre-manufacturing stage for inspection of raw material. Number 1 is in the pre-manufacturing stage for inspection of raw material. Number 2, during the manufacturing of a product to check whether it meets the specification, And number 3, during the service life of the product, during the service life of the product, for fitness for purpose, for fitness for purpose FFS, and the life prediction. So these are the 3 stages where NDT is applied. The selection of one method, the selection of one method over another is based on the following factors. The selection of one method over another is based on the following factors. Number 1, type and origin of discontinuity. Type and origin of discontinuity. Number 2, material manufacturing process. Number 3, accessibility of the component to perform NDT. Accessibility of the component to perform the NDT. Number 4, type of equipment available. And number 5, time available. And the number 6 is cost. So these 6 are the main following factor which is based on the selection of one method over the another. So let's start at the various methods. First, we discuss on the visual testing or VT. This is the easiest and most useful. Method of NDT is visual examination or the visual testing. The important details can be collected. During the visual testing, which would be useful for future analysis and also be decided on the type of NDT to be used for the further analysis, and also to decide on the type of NDT to be used for the further analysis. Also, VT or visual testing should be carried out. As a complementary method to all other NDT methods. VT should proceed and succeed all other examination. Inaccessible area can be inspected by means of boroscope and fiberscope technique. Inacceptable areas can be inspected by means of boroscope and fiber optic techniques. Depending upon the severity of the surface, defect, and the component in use, decision will be taken for salvaging the component or not. If the product is found unacceptable during the visual examination itself, further NDT need not be carried out. Thus saving time and the cost of the inspection. The VT or the visual testing is selected. For detecting the following discontinuities. Those are a mechanical damage, dimensionless conformance, gross defect visually visible on the surface, distortion of components during fabrication and in service, surface deposits, scaling, erosion, discoloration, oxidation, bulging, missing part, and general corrosion on the surface of the component. So, students, there are the 11 discontinuities. For these 11 discontinuities, find out the visual testing is used. The 11 discontinuities are given here. These are the main discontinuities. Next is LPT or liquid penetrant testing. The liquid penetrant testing or LPT is another means of enhancing the capability. Another means of enhancing the capability of visual examination. Enhancing capability of visual inspection. It is suitable for use of smooth surface of all material. It is suitable for use on smooth surface of all material, magnetic as well as non-magnetic. It is limited to surface defect. It is limited to the surface defect. Its inability to indicate the depth or breadth of flaw should be kept in mind while selecting this method for a particular application. The use of LPT for porous material, is ruled out since the absorption of penetrant into the pores would mask the presence of presence of defects. A clean surface is a prerequisite. A clean surface is a prerequisite as penetrant cannot enter a crack. That is filled with dirt, oil, or the other matter. Size, shape, weight, and a number of workpieces to be inspected often influence the selection of a penetrant system. The desired degree of sensitivity and the cost are the most important factor in selecting a system. LPT can also be used for leak testing. The LPT is also be used for the leak testing. In this case, the component casting is filled. The component casting is filled with the penetrant, and developer is applied outside the surface. The LPT is selected for detecting the following type of discontinuity on the surface of a component. The number one is cracks of any orientation. Number two is porosity. Number three is pinholes. Number four is voids. And number five is fatty cracks. And number six, a lamination in plate. Number seven, various types of weld defect. Number 8, corrosion cracks. Number 9, creep figures. And number 10 is forging rust. So students, these are the 10 discontinuity. So these are the 10 discontinuities on the surface of a component. To find out, these are the 10 discontinuities on the surface of a component. Find out this, LPT is selected. Now coming to the next is MPT or magnetic particle testing. While LPT is effective only for fine surface discontinuities, while LPT is effective only for the fine surface discontinuities, the need remain to detect larger surface flaw or those present just below the surface. The need remains to detect the larger surface flaws or those present just below the surface. This need is made by magnetic particle testing. This need this need is made by the magnetic particle testing or MPT. This technique is applicable only for the ferromagnetic materials. This technique is only applicable for the ferromagnetic material. The MPT is considered more sensitivity than the LPT. MPT MPT required a higher degree of operation expertise to ensure that the magnetic fields are aligned in the correct direction in order to detect the defect. Flaws oriented perpendicular to the induced magnetic field are only reliably detectable. Hence, the challenge is to induce the magnetic field line as a given workpiece so that they are most likely to be particular to the flaw orientation. Therefore, the prior knowledge of flaw orientation and or introduction of magnetic field in several directions are is essential. R in is essential. It is commonly agreed that defects breaking the surface are the most severe amongst the various discontinuities occurring in the component. For dynamically loaded structure, their removal is essential. Their detection in ferritic material is must easily accomplished by the MPT. Since the depth determination of the surface breaking cracks is almost impossible, crack depth measurements may be additionally employed to access them. Detection of surface defect by MPT is impossible if the components are thick, but generally it requires ideal testing condition. The MPT is used for detecting the following types of discontinuities in ferromagnetic materials. Thus are surface discontinuities. For the surface discontinuities, that is the number one is forging lag, grinding cracks. Number 3 is cracks and tears. Number 4, porosity. Number 5, shrinkage cavity. And number 6, slag inclusions. And number 7, corrosion cracks. Number 8 is fatigue cracks. And number 9 is voids. So these are the 9 surface discontinuity is in the ferromagnetic material. If we find out this, we use the MPT testing or the magnetic particle testing. And now the discontinuity just below the surface, there is number 1 is voids, number 2 incomplete fusion, number 3 lamination, number 4 larger size cracks in various orientation, number 5 pores, and number 6 is slag inclusion. So these are the 6 discontinuities just below the surface. For the ferromagnetic material, we use the magnetic particle testing. So students, for the surface discontinuities, There are the 9 surface discontinuities for the ferromagnetic material. We used NPT test, MPT, and for this 6 discontinuity, the discontinuity just below the surface for the ferromagnetic material, we use this MPT or magnetic particle testing. Next is eddy current testing or ECT. LPT and MPT require some test medium for cleaner, penetrant and developer, etc. In the case of LPT and ferromagnetic powder and the liquid vehicles such as the water or kerosene, etc. in case of MPT to be applied over the test surface. So LPT and MPT require some test medium to be applied over the test surface. For the LPT, cleaner, penetrant and developer, etc. is used. For MPT, ferromagnetic powder and liquid such as water or kerosene are used for this MPT. So for these two cases, LPT or MPT require some test medium to apply over the test surface. Application of such medium may not be permitted. Application of such medium may not be permitted or not possible in certain component and in certain environments. Eddy current testing or ECT can be used in such condition. In ECT or eddy current testing, the test system need not have to be coupled directly to the material under test. The variable that contribute to the influence on ECT signal are component dimension, electrical conductivity and magnetic permeability. Thus, ECT gives the information that is not provided by the LPT and the MPT or any other method, and therefore many a time it is complementary in nature. ECT is primarily used for the testing non-ferromagnetic conducting material. However, with the modification, it can also be used for the testing ferromagnetic materials. One of the most important applications of ECT is in engineering industry is the inspection of heat exchanger tube and large size of tube during the manufacturing and in service. ECT is also selected for detecting the following type of discontinuities or the variables that are: number 1 is crack, number 2 void, number 3 is porosity, number 4 pinholes, number 5 is crack, number 6 is static crack, number 7 electrically conductivity, number 8 heat treatment condition, number 9 dimensionless variation, number 10 hardness, and number 11 is coating thickness. So these are the 11 discontinuity. For the 11 discontinuity, we use the eddy current testing. Next is radiographic testing. To detect more deeply seated discontinuity, NDT method with the test medium capable of deeper penetration and system that sense even the minute changes in the characteristics and behavior of the test mediums are required. Radiographic inspection is one of the most widely used method. The radiographic inspection is one of the most widely used method of NDT, as this is applicable to all metal and alloy, both ferrous and non-ferrous, for detection of volumetric type of defects. The range of capabilities the range of capabilities offered by the variety of sources and equipments has brought radiography to the forefront of NDT techniques. The testing of multi-layer vessels and welds is generally a difficult task due to the inaccessible inner layer. Radiographic testing is the only NDT methods. The radiographic testing is the only method to evaluate the multi-layer vessels during manufacturing stages and the in servicing period. Development of microfocal X-ray unit. The development of microfocal X-ray unit has made it possible to extend radiographic practice to meet the requirement of more stringent quality level demanded for critical application besides a host of new application. It is known that the sensitivity is in radiography depends to a large extent on the focal spot size. In microfocal radiography, is focal spot size is less than 100 micrometer and typically 15 to 50 micrometer as compared to a few millimeter or half a millimeter in conventional radiography. Using microfocal radiographic testing, integrate geometrically components such as a tube to tube sheet weld can be tested with a sensitivity by even 1% of wall thickness of about 3 mm. The microfocal radiographic testing can be used for detection of micro cracks of around 25 micrometer size. Another application of microfocal RT is to check the integrity of the micro welds used in electronic integrated circuit. One of the advantages of RT is that no period preparation of the surface of the component is necessary. The main disadvantage of the use of RT is the possible hazard due to the exposure of the radiation, but if proper care is not taken. RT is selected to detect and size the following types of discontinuity. That's a cracks. Number one is cracks, which is parallel to the radiation beam. Number two, volumetric defects such as slag, inclusion and voids. Number three, porosity. Number four, blockage or deposit inside the pipeline or the pressure vessels. Number five, material thickness. And number six, hidden foreign material inside a component. So these are the 6 discontinuities. To find out these 6 discontinuities, RT is selected. Now coming to the ultrasonic testing. Ultrasonic testing involves use of high frequency sound wave coupled to the component to be inspected and studying the reflection pattern of these waves. UT is finding increased application in various industries. Several waves modes such as longitudinal, stress, shear and surface wave. Longitudinal, shear and surface wave can be used depending on the orientation and location of the discontinuity. The location of the discontinuity. Different techniques such as pulse echo, throw transmission and pitch catch are employed. The advantage of ultrasonic testing or UT testings are real-time availability of result, higher penetrating powder of these waves, higher sensitivity for planar defects, inadequate independence of sensitivity, other depths, low cost for inspection, higher portability of the equipment, and compatibility for automation. But the subjectivity of the result on the operator's training and skill is a stumbling block for its wider acceptance. With the advent of microprocessor and the automation, operator dependability is being eliminated to a larger extent, and UT is finding increased application in industries such as the powder, railway, chemical, and the aerospace. UT of cast metal and alloy is rendered difficult due to the influence of casting intricacy, microstructural variation, and surface roughness. Defects occurring in the cast structure have irregular surface which scatter the acoustic wave and make UT more difficult. Hence, successful use of ultrasonic tests for inspection of casting depends greatly upon the skill and the expertise of the operator. UT is used for wall thickness measurement and for detection of subsurface defect in almost all type of material. The ultrasonic measurement may be applied to any material in plate or tube form of to measure its wall thickness to a high degree of accuracy. Thus, it is possible to make an assessment to the corrosion rate. The procedure for corrosion rate evaluation by UT is relatively simple and the level of operator training need to be high to follow the procedure. Ultrasonic flaw detection is the only practical method having the widespread use in underwater inspection application for locating and sizing the subsurface defects in components. The types of defects that are anticipated in structure such as offshore installation are surface breaking defects. Ultrasonic testing is used as a reliable means of testing and measuring the depth of these surface breaking depth that have been located using ECT and MPT. The UT is the most suitable method for NDT for in-service inspection of component in power plant, chemical process industry, etc. Many a time RT cannot be applied for ICI due to the requirement of two-side accessibility. UT is more sensitivity for flaw growth monitoring as compared with the RT. In view of all these advantages, the first choice of ICI or the in-service inspection is UT for the volumetric defects in components except for the heat exchanger and condenser where ECT is preferred. UT is selected to detect and size the following type of discontinuity. Number one is surface breaking and hidden crack in any orientation. Number 2, inter number 2 intergranular crack. Number 3, lapse. Number 4, lamination. Number 5, volumetric defects such as slag insulation and the voids. Number 6 is porosity. Number 7 is wall thickness measurement. Number 8 is creep. Number 9 is hydrogen embrittlement, and number 10 is liquid level measurement, and 11 is blockage, deposit, etc. in the pipeline and the pressure vessel. So these are the to find out this type of discontinuities, we use the ultrasonic testing. Now coming to the acoustic emission testing, or AET. The principal advantage of AET over other conventional NDT techniques is that it can directly detect, locate and determine the growth and the severity of growing cracks. This is particularly valuable for in-service monitoring, for evaluation of structural integrity. As of now, there is no other technique which can replace AET for this type of application. There are a number of advantages one can derive from the application of AET. To remain a few, easy of flow location, ability to scan large inaccessible area, portability of equipment, etc. Its applications span a wide range, covering monitoring a huge pressure vessel to the quality control or miniature electronic components. AET has been applied for the following. Number 1 is to monitor the nuclear plant component during the hydro tests, preserving pressure tests of the primary system and during the plant operation. Number 2 is monitoring of fatty cracks in component in aerospace and the transportation system. Number 3 is monitoring of highway bridge. Number 4 is online surveillance in chemical and petroleum industry. Number 5 is monitoring of structural integrity of offshore structures. And number 6 is online and offline monitoring of weld quality in different types of welding processes, etc. So these are the 6 where AET is used. Next is the thermography. According to the law of thermodynamics, all bodies, hot or cold, tend to be in thermal equilibrium with the surrounding through the heat transfer process, such as the conduction, convection and the radiation. If the body is big enough, the local discontinuities in the material give rise to locate thermal conductivity changes, which in turn and produce heterogeneous temperature distribution on the surface of the body. This heterogeneous temperature distribution are very common occurrence in many industries where heat generation due to any process is involved. The temperature distribution can be used to control the process and sometimes to avert the dangerous for and costly failure. One of the important advantages of thermography over other NDT method is that there is no necessity for contact between the test equipment or probing the camera and the object being scanned. Hence, far away object can be tested for its temperature and distribution. Thermographic NDE non-destructive examination is applied to the following components and area for detection of temperature distribution as an indicator to monitor the healthiness. Number one is converters, furnace, etc. Number two, lining of furnace. Number three is deposit of blockage and pipeline carrying fluid. Number four, power transmission line and switchyard. Number six, heat exchangers, pressure vessel, etc. in the process industry. Number six, insulation of the furnaces and the other components for its effectiveness. Number eight is this is electronic component. So this seven is following test components detect for 7 in detection thermography is used. So students, here in this section we are, after completing this lecture, completing this all 3 lecture on the comparison and the selection of NDT, students, you easily understand about the various kind of defects, knowing about the defects and their reason and the failure which is occurred in the material, different kinds of material, and find out the various types of processes those are, or various types of methods those are using for detecting the discontinuities or flaws from the material. So this is the comparison and selection of the NDT method. On the next class we will discuss on another topic. So till then, stay at home and stay safe. Thank you so much, class.